Thank you, Mr. Patrick Umedi. A bit of feedback there. Shalene, it's always fun to have questions from anyone, but I've always liked hearing questions from young people, young minds. And I was just thinking about it now, and one of the many stories my father often tells about me was that as soon as I could start sort of talking, reasonably well, so not sure what age, probably around 3-4 years old, when you can start really formulating questions and having talks. I used to ask a lot of questions, like an absurd amount of questions. I could go for hours on end asking questions. The only time I wasn't asking a question was when I was listening to his answers. So inquisitive minds in young people, I think, is great. And certainly I'll be the last person to ever discourage it, and I would encourage it as much as I can with answering those questions, hopefully in a way that captures their imagination a little bit, or maybe helps their imagination along and encourages it, but also in hopefully giving some answers. I'm sure Matt and Jessica, and I forgot, unfortunately, do you remember? Shalene, if I remember correctly, you've got 5 children, is that right? I can't remember now. I don't want to get too personal, Shalene, if you mind, but I remember you had a bunch of fantastic kids, and they all asked questions last time. Even, I think your youngest is still quite young, but I think having inquisitive, curious, intelligent young minds is something so awesome. So always a pleasure to answer those questions. Matt and Jessica, thanks for your questions earlier. I'm just taking a little sort of casual, as you can see, drive here. What that was. I'm halfway across the road, but it's from those elephants earlier. It looked like something was dragged there, but it was the elephant's foot. So we're just taking a very casual drive across quarantine. You never know, we might bump into something odd. That's the aardvark or white-tailed mongoose or something like that. A few minutes left to the drive, we can't really go much further out to look for stuff now. So we'll see if we don't maybe find something unexpected here on the area close to camp. Short drive up Boytilla access. You never know, it's always a good road. The main road that comes from the main road that people use to get to Boytilla Lodge. And often used by hyenas this time of night. They're busy moving around, looking around, sniffing around. actually want to just have a look from, well, let's try. I'll have a look from Sandy Patch, but I'm a bit worried that signal might be breaking up. We're going to say goodbye from there, but let's try. If the signal's too bad, we'll just come back a little bit. Give an idea of what the weather looks like further to the west. Seems to have just subsided a little bit, that heavy weather from earlier, but you never know. It's getting a bit dark now to see really, but it looks like the sort of whole area is under a blanket of cloud now. That sort of oppressive heat from earlier has moved away. Also, that breeze we had is gone. So who knows? We'll have to see. Penny said there's a big storm coming, but dark. That light, let me see if I can dig it out. Ah, there we go. How's that? Better. Penny was saying there's a big storm coming this way, so maybe tonight still. I know that we all hope for it because it'll cool things down. But for the meantime, it was a lovely afternoon. Thanks as always for joining us. What else? Hey? Night drive, yes. Now I was just thinking back to those leopards. It was a really nice time seeing those two boys again, even though it was a bit hot for them to do much. But maybe tonight there's a night drive coming, so there's another potential 2 hours of activity. I'm not quite sure if Mark will be able to go back to those leopards because they're quite close to the lodge, but if they come anywhere closer to quarantine, perhaps we've got something else that's going to happen with them as well. So night drive coming at 7:30, that's half an hour from now. Otherwise, thanks for joining us. Look forward to the next 2 weeks. It's going to be a very memorable 2 weeks that we're going to try and share as much as we can together. And we'll obviously talk more in that time as well. Lieschen, thank you behind the camera. Patrick, as always, nice to have you in final control and hear your laugh. And my name is Pieter Pretorius. See you later.